Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in today. Thank you so much for joining me for this next episode of Such Sweet Thunder meditation program. Now, here in this episode, I will be offering a meditation where we open our heart to the present moment experience, whatever is arising for us in this present moment. I consider it a turning and an opening and embracing. In fact, I call this practice a radical embrace of the present moment experience. But before we jump into the meditation practice, I just want to make a couple of announcements. First and foremost, very exciting, I will be facilitating a online meditation retreat program. This is Such Sweet Thunder practice. It is the practice that I've been outlining here in these Facebook Live episodes. So one might ask, well, why should I do the online retreat rather than just watching the episodes, right? Fair enough. Well, in the online retreat, we'll be meeting twice a week over Zoom for 90 minutes. The meetings will be on Saturday evenings and Wednesday evenings, which will be Sunday morning and Thursday morning in Asia, where I am in Thailand. Meeting for 90 minutes per session, and so we'll be able to go in much greater detail. The meditations will be longer and much more detailed. There'll be an opportunity for question and answer live. After each meditation, there'll be a longer discussion. And the midweek session on Wednesday evening, that'll be dedicated mostly to book study and to question and answer and discussion and things like that. So there'll be much more interaction on the online programs. I can really cater to the needs of each person meeting on the Zoom sessions there, like that. Also, at the end of the Such Sweet Thunder retreat, we'll be rounding out the experience with a week of loving kindness practice. So really should be a really profound meditation retreat, and really pertaining in great detail to the current world situation of COVID-19, and trying to deliver a lot of healing to the current world crisis in that way. So hope you all will join me for that. If you wish to find out more about the Such Sweet Thunder retreat, which does launch on October 14th, do visit my website, www.suchsweetthunder.org. And you can find out more about that on the Retreats and Programs page. Okay, on to the meditation practice. So as I mentioned, we're going to embrace and practice embracing whatever's arising for us during the meditation practice. And this is a way of cultivating a skill. So we cultivate a particular skill in meditation, and then we, through repetition of this practice, this skill gets stronger and stronger. And then when we go out into our everyday life experience, we can more easily embrace the present moment in our day-to-day experience. And this I like to mention because oftentimes people, come to a meditation session, they feel comfortable, they feel maybe a warmth or kind of a blissful experience, but then they go out in their everyday life and they're reactive again. Maybe they get angry or upset, whatever, and they feel that the benefits of the meditation dissipate rather quickly. And that's because that individual is attempting to bring the state of mind that was cultivated in the meditation, bring that out into everyday life. Meditation doesn't really work that way. what we're doing is we're cultivating a skill in meditation, and then when we go out into everyday life, we have more access to that skill. So in this practice today, we'll be cultivating the skill of embracing the present moment, so that when we go out in our everyday life, we can access that skill. So it's not as if we're going to meditation to try to cultivate a state of mind and then carry that state of mind with us. It never really works that way. So we'll go into the meditation practice today through the field of sound. And so I'll ring the bell a couple of times. We'll allow the bell to bring our thinking mind into stillness or into silence, like that. Now, I don't know if you can hear what's happening on my side of this experience, but I live in Chiang Rai in northern Thailand, and the crickets are very active. The birds, actually, I have a cat in the background. She is meowing a bit there. There was a neighbor playing guitar. So the aural field, the sense of hearing, can be quite active. So here, right away, we can use the practice to embrace what's arising in the sense of hearing. Now, this is a little bit of an unorthodox approach to meditation. Most meditations start with the breath. But I have found that many people find the breath rather challenging. Now, if you're carrying a heavy emotional charge in the body, or if you have some trauma that you're carrying, or if you're particularly tired or sleepy, starting with the breath can be challenging. So if you start outside of the body and then work your way into the body, you're not confronting that heavy emotional material, that trauma, or that drowsiness right away. You allow the sounds to bring you into the present moment, and then we'll move into the visual field. And if you prefer to keep your eyes closed, that's fine. I'll talk about that in a moment. Sounds, sight, then we'll come back through the body and the breath. We'll notice any feelings or emotions that might be present, and then we open our heart to the present moment. So I often get the question here, well, what does it mean to open one's heart to the present moment? That sounds kind of, esoteric. Well, if you've ever had an emotion-based relationship or a romance with somebody, and you've had it maybe a special evening where you opened your heart to that person, it's much the same way. You can open your heart in that same way to the entire present moment. I recommend using a visualization. If a memory like that, like the one I described, comes to mind, you can visualize that moment. I like the visualization of picking up a kitten, because you look in the kitten's eyes and you're holding the kitten and the heart just goes, explodes open like that. For some people, it's a puppy or holding a newborn baby. Any visualization like that might work to help open your heart. And there'll be kind of a warmth that you might feel at that moment. And then we bring that warmth to the present moment experience. Now, I did an exhaustive introduction to this practice a week ago today. If you'd like a copy of that video, send me a message either underneath this video recording in the comments, or send me a private message, and I'll happily send a link to the introduction to this practice, which I did last week on Facebook Live. It's also available on my YouTube channel and available on Instagram, and if you scroll down on Facebook, it's there as well. It'll soon be available on my website too. Okay, without any more discussion, I'd like to start the meditation practice. So I'll ring the bell, and then I'll ring the bell a couple of times in the guiding. So allowing the body, mind, and heart to rest. Just coming into this present moment experience. Now ring the sound of the bell again. Rest your awareness on the decay of the bell. Allow the fading bell to bring your awareness into silence. And as you rest in the silence, the stillness of the present moment, allowing awareness to expand to include any sounds which might be available. Not focusing on any one sound in particular, but noticing the entire canopy of sound. Hearing all of the sounds all at the same time. And I'll ring the sound of the bell again. Rest your thinking mind on the decay of the bell. Allow the fading bell to guide your awareness into silence. And while resting there in the silence of the present moment, again, allowing awareness to expand, to include any sounds which might be available. Resting with the entire canopy of sound and silence. You might notice how each sound seems to cascade through the silent space of the present moment experience. And while resting there with the silence and sound of the present moment, allow awareness to expand again to include the visual field. And if you'd like, you can open your eyes and take in the display of shadow, color, light, and space. If meditating with your eyes closed is more comfortable, that's fine too. Simply notice the patterns of light and dark behind the eyelids. And so we rest here for a few moments. Maintaining awareness on the silence and sound, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field. And you can experience all of that all at the same time. Sound and silence, shadow, color, light, and space, the sense of hearing and the sense of sight, equally. And just rest a few moments. And if at any time during the meditation you find you're distracted by your thoughts, labeling those thoughts with the word thinking will help the thoughts to dissolve, and you can gently return back to the present moment. And now, while resting here in this present moment experience of sound and silence, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, allow awareness to expand again, to include the sensations of feet against the mat or the floor. You might notice if those sensations are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Noticing the sensations of clothing against the legs. And again, noticing if the sensations arising throughout the legs are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones. There might be a combination of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral throughout the feet and the legs. Allowing awareness to expand again, to include the sensations of the body against the cushion or chair, mat or floor. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising as a result of the contact of the body against the chair or cushion, mat or floor. And allowing awareness to expand again, to include the sensations of clothing against the back, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the entire back. You might also notice the hands resting against the body or touching each other. The arms resting against the body. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the hands and arms. Allowing awareness to expand to include the sensations of clothing against the shoulders, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the shoulders. Allowing awareness to expand again throughout the back of the neck, noticing any sensations arising throughout the back of the neck, and the sides of the neck, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the back and sides of the neck. Allowing awareness to expand through the back of the head, the entire back of the head, including behind both ears. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the back of the head. Allowing awareness to expand to include the ears, both ears at the same time. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the ears. And as you allow awareness to expand again, to include the cheeks of the face, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the cheeks of the face. Including the lips, the nose, including the eyes and the forehead. Allowing awareness to expand through the top of the head, the very crown of the head. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the crown of the head. And so we'll rest right there for a few moments, maintaining open, spacious awareness on the sounds and silence, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, sensations arising throughout the body from the bottoms of the feet to the top of the head. And you can experience all of that, all at the same time, as one experience. Now you might notice your awareness wanting to focus or collapse down on a particular sound or sight or sensation. That's actually quite normal. If you notice that happening, just allow awareness to then expand out from what you're focused on to include all of the sensations of the body, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, silence and sound of the aural field, and just rest. If at any time during the meditation you find you're distracted by your thoughts, labeling those thoughts with the word thinking will help the thoughts to dissolve, and you can gently return back to the present moment experience. And now, while resting in this present moment, silence and sound, shadow, color, light, and space, sensations arising throughout the body, bringing attention to the breath as it enters and leaves the nose, noticing the breath as it touches the back of the throat, you might simply notice the temperature changing from cooler to warmer as you inhale and exhale at the nose and the back of the throat. Noticing the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. The rising and falling of the abdomen as you inhale and exhale. You might also notice the back moving out as you breathe in as you breathe out. Noticing the shoulders rising and falling with each breath. Perhaps noticing the body straightening up slightly as you inhale and leaning forward slightly as you exhale. And so we'll rest right there for a few moments, maintaining open, spacious awareness on the sounds and silence, shadow, color, light, and space of the sense of sight, sensations arising throughout the body, sensations arising as a result of the breathing process. And just rest. And And again, if you become distracted by your thoughts, that's okay, that's normal. Labeling those thoughts with the word thinking each time will help the thoughts to dissolve, and you can gently return back to the present moment. And now, while resting in this present moment experience, silence and sound, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, sensations arising throughout the body, and sensations arising as a result of the breath. Allow awareness to expand again, to include any feelings or emotions which might be present. At this point, we don't have to go digging for any particular feeling or emotion, or searching. In this practice, we simply notice what's arising internally, right here and right now. You might feel calm, peaceful, rested, relaxed. Simply note those feeling tones. Might simply be a pleasant or an unpleasant feeling tone. You might feel annoyed by a particular sound or sensation. There's no wrong or right feeling or emotion. You don't need to try to push anything away or cling to anything. Simply notice what's arising internally, feelings and emotions, right here and right now. And so we'll rest right here in this present moment experience, maintaining open, spacious awareness on the sounds and silence of this present moment. Shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field. Sensations arising throughout the body and the breath. Feelings and emotions. And just rest. Breathing in and breathing out. At this point, you might notice your awareness wanting to focus or collapse down on a particular experience, a sound or sight or sensation, perhaps a feeling. That's quite normal. It can take some practice to hold the entire present moment equally. If you notice your awareness focusing or collapsing down, allow awareness to then expand out from what you're focused on, to include all of the sounds and silence, shadow, color, light, and space, sensations of the body and breath, feelings and emotions, and just rest. And now, while resting in this present moment experience, maintaining open awareness on the sounds and silence, shadow, color, light, and space, sensations of body and breath, any feelings or emotions, open your heart to this present moment experience. Opening your heart to this present moment much in the same way you would open your heart to a loved one or to a friend you haven't seen in a very long time. You might visualize meeting this friend or loved one. Visualize picking up a kitten or a puppy, or perhaps a baby. Allow this visualization or memory to facilitate the opening of the heart. And holding this present moment experience in the radiant warmth of the open heart. Meeting each sound as if you were meeting a friend you haven't seen in a very long time. Meeting each color, shadow, object of the visual field as if you were meeting a loved one. Holding each sensation arising in the body and breath as if you were holding a kitten or a puppy. Meeting each feeling and emotion as if you were meeting a friend you haven't seen in a very long time. And so we'll rest right here. Holding the present moment the way a parent might hold their baby in their arms. And just rest. sound and silence, shadow, color, light, and space, sensations of body and breath, feelings and emotions, embracing all of that in the radiant warmth of your open heart. And just rest. So I hope you all enjoyed today's guided meditation offering. That was a meditation practice where we opened our heart to the present moment experience. What I like to call a radical embrace of the present moment. Now I won't say too much more today. I'll let that practice just kind of sit there with you all. If you have any questions or comments, please do feel free to message me with those or post them there underneath the video in the comments section. I'm happy to respond to any questions or comments. For those looking to sign up for the Such Sweet Thunder online retreat, you can message me through my email, chrisluard@yahoo.com. Or you can send me a message here through Facebook and we'll get you all registered and set up for that. Thanks again. I will be back on Monday morning in Asia or Australia, which is Sunday evening in America, where I will be offering a meditation, another guided meditation practice, or I might be offering talk. I'm not sure yet. Okay, we'll see you all there. Thanks again. Stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, and we'll see you after the weekend. Have a great weekend.